work ethic. I feel like the guys on tour, especially once they've turned pro, have to work even harder just to keep their standing in the game, because everyone is constantly improving if you're not, someone else is. The professionalism about everything is just so much better. Everyone's keeping straight to their schedules with their gym work, they're seeing their trainers every week, their coaches, the way they travel. They know that spending a little bit of extra money on maybe a nicer hotel or a nicer flight will benefit them in them feeling more prepared to play well the next week. I know I definitely was staying in cheap hotels and buying the cheap flights and stuff early on, and especially when you're financially having a bit of a struggle early on, it can be very difficult to do that, but the investment's definitely worth the reward. And I think the pros that start doing well are the guys that kind of realise that, and you know, it's just all about making the environment you're in each week as easy and as comfortable as possible for you to play your best golf. And the scores are the other thing I feel like is a really big change. If you shoot even par in an amateur event, you're not doing too bad. You'll never be too far off. If you shoot even par in a professional tournament, you're going to be struggling to make the cut. You'll be having to shoot 3 or 4 under the next round just to play the weekend. And yeah, I felt like I was prepared and ready to play and ready to compete, but I had a couple of weeks where I kept on shooting 1 under for 2 rounds and missing the cut. So it's a big step up in competition. Having to shoot 20 under, if you can't shoot 20 under, a lot of these tournaments you won't be able to win, because the guys out there are just fearless. They're hitting drivers almost every par 4 and par 5 and hitting them down the fairway and giving themselves opportunity after opportunity. So, you know, being able to shoot really low scores all of a sudden becomes a must rather than like a nice thing to do every now and then, to kind of, because you can win amateur tournaments with 1 good round, but you need to shoot 4 good ones to win pro tournaments. Everything works hand in hand for you to be able to beat your best every week and give yourself the best opportunity to be swinging well and playing well. So for me, it's more going to be, I feel like I did the others pretty well, but the physical side of things, I feel like my strength work needs to improve. I did well my weeks off, but yeah, when I was going through tournament weeks, I was a bit hesitant to lift weights because I know I get a little bit stiff and sore afterwards, but that's a barrier that you need to kind of push through, because you know, it's very important to keep up your strength. You want to be able to hit the ball the same distance and with the same ease each week, and definitely if you take a couple of weeks off from your gym work, your body will decline and you'll feel, you know, you won't be able to hit the shots that you were comfortably able to hit when you were training and working out as you were normally. So I think that for me is going to be the big key this year. If I can do that really well, I feel like I'll be giving myself a better opportunity. But yeah, the other 2 are still going to be very important. I'm going to have to be working very hard to maintain those as well. I believe staying amateur until you've got some good professional starts already in place is a must. I feel like if you don't already have them in place and you turn pro and you don't have any tournaments to play in, it'll be very difficult to maintain your game, because you need the constant competition to keep your game at a high level, because once you turn pro, the golfers you're playing against are even better than the ones you're playing in amateur events. So giving yourself some professional opportunities before you turn pro and getting used to that environment, and then actually having some in place already when you turn pro is very important. I feel like the pros, the very worst scores they shoot are still very good. To make cuts in professional events, you still need to be shooting under par. So you need to make sure that the level of your game is so that your worst rounds are still under par. And if you're able to do that, then you'll be competitive, but you still need to be able to shoot a 20 under tournament to be able to win tournaments. And you know, when you turn pro, that's how you're making your living. So you need to really be able to shoot those scores just to give yourself a chance.